Hey, welcome back to Copperhead Customs. Today we are back on our beautiful 38 and we're going to make it go from this that's what we are about to do. If you want to see how we do it, you better stick around. Alright, quick catch up. Last episode we did our little fake little NOS bottles and we did our old headlights that we resurrected from nothing. Today, I think we're going to have a play with these guards. Now we had 3 different sets of guards. We put a poll out and the subscribers have spoken and they have decided these are the ones we should use. So we had these ones, we had Volkswagen fronts and Volkswagen rears. My favourite was the Volkswagen rears, but honestly I don't think I could pull them off without an English wheel. These were probably my less favourite, but I just had a little play off camera with the Volkswagen fronts. And I didn't really like the way that they contoured around there. So we are doing what all the viewers want and we're going to use these. I'm not sure what these were off. Probably something around the 20s, 1920s. They came with my Oakland as a set of spares, I think. So I don't know what they come from, what they're off. So what the plan is we're going to sit them on. They've basically got little brackets already. We're going to space them up about 2.5 inches off the tyre. We've got to cut them. So we'll probably cut them along here. And we will widen them a little bit. We'll put a bracket around here. One around here, one off the top. We'll bolt onto that bracket, we'll bolt onto that bracket, and we've got a hole here, we'll probably bolt something through there. Easy peasy, hey? That's the plan with the guards. So stick around and we'll find out what we do there. But first, before we step onto that, I think what we are going to do is, we're going to do like a little pie cut through here. We're going to put a slit through the front of this and just pull this down a bit. If we look on our side profile, it's just bull nosing up a little bit, and I think we'd like that a little bit down. So that's my first job. We're going to put a cut through there, push it down, and tackety. So, stop talking, let's get some work done. So there's our first job done. We had to go out, so we've just finished that this evening. So we've just basically we've cut a little, we've pushed it in, cut a slither, we've given this a few relief cuts here and dollied it back in. So you can see it's not perfect, as in it's got a bit of a woof, but that's, I don't know if you've worked this out, but that's how I want this car. I want this car a little bit rough. Okay, so we've ground the weld down, but as you can see there, it's a little bit dented and puckety, and that's how we want this. You know what I mean? It's not that I can't get that perfect, it's that's how I want it. Okay, now to have gotten it perfect, we probably would have dollied these a bit nicer. We probably would have dollied these out. We may even have put a couple of cuts in this top section and dollied it out a bit, and actually added a little couple of little triangles, and we could have got that like absolutely perfect, but that's not the look we want. Okay, now, like I said, it's not because I can't, it's because I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look a little bit rough, but we stand back here now, and hey, that looks so much better. We've taken that little bulbous, excuse me, taken that little bulbous little nose that it had out, that little, where it was puckered up a little bit, and if we come side on, and I'll just bring you down to the level, now look, that's pretty nice now, isn't it? Yeah, so I think that was definitely worth, excuse me, definitely worth the hour it took to do that. Go back around the front, and it's really changed it, hey? Because it had a bit of a, I don't know, like a walrus nose type, I suppose you'd say, like a bit of a bubble nose. Whereas now it looks pretty good. Now we probably took an inch and a half out at the very point there. I've got a bit of grinding dust, I think, in my throat. So anyway, that's that job done. We just got to give that acid. There's still a fair bit of aciding to do. We haven't put our acid on these yet. So we're just getting a bit more done, and then we'll hit it with acid. Now, as I've said, we did a poll on YouTube in the community side of my page, and I'm not quite sure how many votes we had, but this was one option. This is a Volkswagen front in cream, which is, well, I was sort of leaning towards that a little bit. Volkswagen rear, so that's obviously a right-hand front. This is a left-hand rear. To me, this was the best looking, but I'll explain my theory here. We'll stick that up there. As you can see, this, it actually curves back around, so this would have had to been cut on the high point through here. Okay, now here we're still heading upwards. See, we're not flat yet, so I don't have an English wheel, so there's no way I could have, like, I would have been going straight in from there, and to me it wouldn't have looked right. I need an English wheel to curve that. Okay, so without an English wheel, I didn't feel comfortable doing that guard and pulling it off. Now, I was really leaning towards this, and I actually did a couple of little chops on it this morning to get it to fit. And this one, as you can see, has less down here, but it curves, and it is actually going straight. It's not still on the up, and it's not going back around. So this one, to add a piece of straight, would have worked. But if you can see here, just the shape, I couldn't get it nicely centered in the wheel. No matter what I did, I could not get it to look nice through here. These actually go to about there, and then they sort of do a bit of a drop off. I just could not get it how I wanted it. Now, immediately we would have been cutting this out, and we would have been reliefing all that and having it so it all flowed, but I just couldn't get it happy in this section. Okay, that I thought would have been good because of the cream and the cream on the cab. I thought that way of, once I patinaed that a bit, like sanded some back and rusted it, I thought that would have actually been really good. But this is what everyone voted for. Majority of people voted for this. Second was the yellow one. Third was the cream one. Majority of people voted on this one. So this is our next job. That's about where it's going to sit. So I've got about two and a bit inches there of clearance off the tyre. So I think that should be pretty good there. This is probably, on this vehicle, probably one of my most, I've done some pretty out there things. One of my proudest moments of this car, this build so far, is the patina on this tray. Okay? It's not doing the roof chop, it's not the front, it's not making the tub, it's none of that. It's my actual patina on this, because I think I have that so legit, looking so legit real. I'm so proud of that patina work. So we're just going to give you a close-up of this. Just look at this area here. And then we're going to bring you in and look at this. Now, how similar is that? So I'm actually pretty chuffed with the patina on that. And now, it's probably 3 weeks ago now. It's probably 3 weeks old, patina. And that's 80-year-old patina. Hey? I think we excelled there. And because we've done that differently. No one else does it the same way as what we do it. Some people use acid. Some people do some of the steps we do, but no one does it in that way. Spray cans with water and acid, and no one does it in that particular weird way that I do it. So I'm actually very chuffed, very proud of that. Anyway, yeah, it's coming along, isn't it? It's coming along. I'm really liking this build. I am really liking the look of this little jigger. I tell you, we are creating something jaw-droppingly good here, I think. Just remember, fake patina, real patina. Fake patina, real patina. All right, there's enough dribble. Got to take our little man. We'll go see that little man, hey? We've got to take him inside. Time for his dinner. There he is, waiting patiently in his little pen. Yes, we've got to shut the shed, and we will see you in the morning. All right, something else is, we've got a big shout out to Fox Can Fix It Garage. So Fox Can Fix It Garage has a channel. He comes onto our live streams and comments a lot. He's a very funny guy. He's actually very funny. Some of his shorts and stuff are absolutely hilarious. And he sent me a heap of stickers. So we've got him up on the wall. So what we're going to do is, if you've got a channel and you want to send me a sticker, send me an email. It'll be in the thing, and we'll start layering this with all channel stickers. But shout out to Fox Can Fix It Garage. Anyway, see you in the morning. check it out. So, one side is done. Oh, yeah. So we've been hard at it today. We'll do the other side tomorrow. The other side has its brackets on. It needs to be cut and the piece put in. Now, before anyone says anything about it, looks silly with the sign. So that's a piece of road sign. It was this one here, which was an old, not a fluoro, just an old one that we're chopping up. Bear with it. Bear with my mind. I have the car fully designed in my head now, I think. And it's all part of it, okay? So we've got our sign on the back. Now we've got a little bit of a patch panel sign here. We've got our little patch panel up the front, done with road sign. Yes, our little enclosure bit there. Now we've got these rust patches here. Okay, now if we come down here, on our guard, we also did a little rust patch panel on the guard. And as you see, we put the little bead rolled lip in. Beautiful. So yeah, we did that little rust patch panel with a piece of the road sign that we're going to leave like this. Now, we've got to put our acid on to get our grinded join to rust. Okay, now if we come back here to our piece of rust we've got to cut out and put a patch panel in. Start bearing with me now. We put a road sign patch panel in there as well and leave the bit of road sign. We then want to extend our bonnet, remember? We want to extend our bonnet to line up with this and sort of swoosh up. Go from there and sort of swoosh down to there a little bit. We may do that with a piece of road sign. All right, so we've got the road sign patch panel. Over here, we've got our patch panel. We've got a little bit of rust in the corners here we've got to address later on once we separate everything. Do the same, little bit of road sign. The piece on the back, the piece here. All right. You're starting to follow me. Then we come inside the car. Now, remember I got our beautiful red leather seat. And if you've been with the channel for a long time, you would know that I actually have door cards. Big piece squares of leather made for the door cards. Matching with the little tassels and the little star badges on them. So we will have red leather here, red leather door cards. And then, we are going to line the whole of the inside, all around the back, the floor, the kick panels, everything with road signs. Ah, yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And I think it will then flow, it will all tie in. It will tie in inside, outside, and it will all work beautiful. So there. So back to our guards. What we did was we chopped the inside piece here off that was all roached out. Now I was going to weld that back on, and then I decided again, because it's no good, I just went, no, we'll just take it straight in. If you get close, you can actually see the guard sort of, because it started to curve in and then it bellowed, but you can see on the top there a little bit of a woof woof. But I'm not overly concerned, as it's with the theme of this. It's a little bit rough, yes. So we've got our bits of flat bar that are welded onto here, under the tub. And then these are the existing brackets, and we had holes, and we were going to bolt it, and then I said, you know what? Let's just weld it on. So we plug welded those holes. We then found a piece of chain. I did a piece of chain up the top here as the top mount. I thought that was pretty cool, and it's like, this thing is solid as. And then I put a piece on the back here as decorative, and the same on the front. Little piece of chain, like a bit of a decorative piece. So, what do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon? I reckon that is BAD-A55. That's right. I think that looks cool as, man. Cool as. Now, we still got to work out our tail lights and whatever, but there's one guard done. Okay, that is cool as, I reckon. I'm pretty chuffed. I'm pretty chuffed with the whole build at the moment. I now have full direction of what I'm doing. So what I've decided is, inside the cab here, right, instead of doing them, I have all these road signs here, all of this big batch here. These are all out of a core flute. So like a I don't know if you know what core flute is. They're type of plasticky. See that? So we've got all of them there made out of core flute. So what I'm going to do is line all the roof, the back wall, all behind the seat, all of that is going to be done with these core flute signs. And we're just going to like liquids nails them to the roof. That's my plan in there. Have all them just nailed in, because two things. One, I get to utilise those signs that I'd never be able to use. And two, I think that works fine. As opposed to putting metal ones in and gluing them, or I don't know. So now the floor will do different. The floor will either, I've got some other plans with the floor, but we've got all those steel signs, and that's a batch of steel signs, and that's a batch of aluminium signs. So we've got all of them. But yeah, all the roof and the backboard and all that we're going to do with them. So we're going to do them soon, I think, is the plan. We're going to jump into this here interior soon. I'm a bit excited because I finally have full direction on the car. So there's still a few things I've got to finalise in my head, like tail lights and stuff, but yeah, I think I have full direction. I've worked out what I want to do for a trans tunnel. We've got our fuel tank, which is this one. We've got to mount that still. So, you know, we've still got a bit to do, but there's that guard. So that's enough dribble. Tomorrow I'll come in, I'll do the other one, and we'll go from there. I won't bore you with the other side. I'll do that off camera. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And remember, we done our nose cone. I'm pretty sure I've showed you the nose cone. There's our nose cone. It's been chopped, and that looks wicked now. Little matey's getting upset. It's time for him to go inside and have dinner. He's a little baby. Little baby. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya next week.